It is a tragedy how many children are left doing things that they are passionate about, doing things insincerely, their dreams, aspirations taken away by their parents simply because they do not align with their personal beliefs, and think it is an overall failure of parenthood. Government has a few things to set up. The first being that our burden is not to prove that esports is the best course of action, but simply it is doable, it is acceptable, it is legitimate. Therefore, since it fulfills all these criterion, the parents is should support the child in pursuing their dreams. Secondly, what we mean by support, it is does not mean actively encourage. Therefore, there should be no argument about forcing. There shouldn't be no argument about influencing. Support meaning that you bring your children to tournaments. You're giving them the proper resources. In this context, for example, like proper gaming chairs, giving them the access to proper gaming software, all of these things in the same way how you support a child that has aspirations in playing football, for example, in which the child realizes that he or she has talent. Therefore, the parent should support this child in actually utilizing the talent to its best. Two argumentations. The first being that esports is a legit career and it brings about many benefits. This is important because it recognizes esports as a proper and professional career, deserve the same treatment as any other career in today's world. Two premises. The first being that esports has regulations, esports has rules. Esports as a body and association looks out for the general being of all of its participants. This means that once you pursue a career in esports, meaning that you go into your clubs, you go into your tournaments, all of the things like physiotherapists, all of the things that equipment that take care of your overall health and posture, all of these things come as a complete package. Notice that that esports players does not necessarily look like stereotypical people slouching in front of the cameras, slouching in front of the laptops and computers, and just eating chips by the side. They differentiate between differentiate between addiction and actually professional gaming. Addiction in gaming looks like you going to cyber cafe until 3 4 a.m., while esports is you still pursuing and training, but in a proper, in a supervised, in a manageable way. This is where the role of parents come in. Side of opposition has to defend a world where people go out at night in secret, where people play games without supervision, and I don't think it is a favorable world to defend in the first place. But second premise, however, is that esports has the same work and to output ratio as any other job. I can see there is a considerable amount of talent involved, but then again, they wouldn't want to pursue the career if they didn't have talent in the first place. The same way how a basketball player who realizes that he can go far in his career goes to train on and on, the same way we apply the principles to these esports players. Therefore, when you train better, you get better results, better skills, and this translates to better performances in gaming, better performances in tournaments, and an overall better career. The impact is that esports are safe, number one, because people's health are taken care of. Therefore, it should not be a debate whether or not these people will end up becoming people with bad posture. And secondly, esport brings out sustainable revenue because at the moment you pursue a career in professional esports, you are bound by contract. The same way how sports professional players are bound by contract. Therefore, you can sustain yourselves, and at the end of the day, you as a parent believe that they can sustain you and when you get old. Second argumentation is that second argumentation is that as a parent, you should support your child aspiration as long as it doesn't bring harm. Or in simpler words, it is your duty as a parent to support your child in whatever aspiration they are actually trying. So the premise here is simple: is that parents are legal guardians, and as legal guardians who children look up to, who children seek to for support, children seek to for closure, all of these things, it is your job to provide the maximum amount of happiness towards your own child. It is self-explanatory that a bad parent is a parent that simply wants to mold a child to his or her liking in a way that makes the child does not like the parent, does not like his or her life, and then basically nothing good will come out of it. The impact here is that the children are happy with parents because they feel appreciated and supported, and secondly, children can actually strive in their career. Notice how it is better for children to be more passionate, for children to get actually the moral and financial support from parents, all which will not be present inside of opposition. So Mr. Al-Bashir has to defend once again a world where people know what they want to do, people know what they are good at, but they are denied of excelling in that. And now to weigh down both of these arguments, right? Two arguments were given. Number one is that we told you how it is significant and how it is. We told you how it is an esports career is something legit. Esports career is something that is acceptable and it should reserve the same amount of treatment as any other career. Side opposition has to provide to the house why exactly esports should be differentiated and why exactly esports should not become is similar to how you treat a child trying to pursue a career in medicine, trying to pursue a career in like even engineering. All these things require a whole amount of work. These require a whole amount of dedication. I don't see any problem in it. Secondly, is that when we talk about how the duty of parent, it told you the argument in which the parent provides the maximum amount of security and support to the children because the children wants to do something, the parent gives them the means to do so. Note, realize the side of opposition has to defend a world where people either one go out at night and pursue their careers anyway without the support, without the supervision, mind you, of the parents, and this leads to health problems, this leads to social problems, this leads to an overall not stable relationship. And secondly, and even if this doesn't happen, even if they like the parents force them to take a medical degree, for example, the children will not strive as good as compared to when they do things that they actually like. Bec- do things as they actually like. So in conclusion to both of these arguments, we provide you how esports is legit and esports fulfills the duty of a parent, which should be the main focus of the debate. Thank you.